Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Margo. I'm from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and you are watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
My name is Kurt Wilson. I'm from Derry, New Hampshire, and I watch the Astute Tourist Channel.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Barbara. And we're at the New Hampshire Grass Drags today, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
My name is Lacey, you're Miss Auburn's Outstanding Teen, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
We try to be.
All right, ready?
My name's Natalie, and I'm from Burdett, New York, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Perfect. Oh my God, one take.
Hey, it's me, Jimmy.
And Colleen.
How you guys doing? It's good to see you. It is Wednesday. It is August 2nd. It is Hump Day. Hump Day Cocktail Hour. We've made it. It's the middle of the week.
Yay, we lived through it.
Hope you guys are doing okay. Did you catch us this morning or catch me this morning? We did live, and we did a joint live with the Down Under Cruisers. It was Sean and myself. It was our first time ever doing a joint effort, streaming from our channel as well as theirs. And I think it worked out pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with that. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, I am posting the link right there. Let me know if you want to come up, and we'll see you down in the green room. Why don't we go right over to the chat, see who's with us tonight?
Sure, absolutely.
So Sharon is here with us. Hi, Sharon. It's good to see you. Hope you're staying cool and out of this heat. Right now, we are having some cool weather here. in the Northeast. It was 52 degrees this morning when I went outside.
It was good to sleep in. It was nice to have the cool and not have to sleep with the AC on. But yeah, it was really too cold.
Yeah.
It was too fall-like.
It was chilly. It was probably in the mid 70s, I think, today. So it wasn't bad. Still definitely warm weather, but it's hasn't been hot like it's been. So the Clock Family Adventures are here. Hey, Mike, how are you? And the rest of the Clock family. Hope you guys are doing well. And Scott from Controversial Cruising is here. Hey, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. People are saying hi. Denise from Bone Tired Travelers is here. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
I hope you had a decent rest of the shift today and all was okay. And Mom is here today.
Hi, Nanny.
And the drink we're going to be drinking is actually something that my mother had suggested when we were in Florida with her back in March.
That's
Colleen
right.
actually was drinking them with my mom. So
They were delicious.
Thank you, Scott. Hit that like button. That reminds me. Why don't we get that banner going? And Colleen is here.
Yep, said hi to everybody. Oh, I like that picture.
I'm glad you could all make it with a hand pink waving. Scotty is here. Hey, buddy. Okay, sneaking in to see what's on tap tonight and then leave. Don't want to get caught on social media, but do miss you all. And we miss you too, my friend. And like I said, you do what you got to do. Take care of business. And we'll see you back here in full force, part of the family. So we get it. Denise says, miss seeing you too. Hope you're well. Scott says, still out of work due to injuries. Well, you just get better, my friend. You're all so cute, she says. I'm assuming she's talking about you.
Oh, thanks.
She is absolutely cute. Scott says, hey, Jimmy, how's it going? It's going well. And Scott, say hello to my better half, Colleen.
Hello. I don't know if I'm the better half or not.
Will G is here. Hi, Will. It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. I just finished watching the replay. Okay, so of the stream this morning, I'm going to guess. All right, let's see. Hi, Sherry is here from Destination Fun. Thank you for coming in. Good to see you. I like that picture of you and your husband. That's awesome.
That's very nice.
Really nice picture. John is here from the Gaylors. Hi, John. I hope you're doing well. Hope the knee is coming along. I wish it was 52 degrees here. Well, just be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. So we got summer for a month. That's probably what's the case, right?
I hope it returns.
I hope it does too, but that's always the case. It comes in, slams us, and then just leaves like it never happened.
Right. All right. So everyone's saying hi to everybody.
Nice. That's good.
Denise says we won't see the 50s until November. And you're in Mississippi, right, Denise? Mom says they're having thunderstorms right now. That's yucky. Noisy. Okay, we can make Scott saying, okay, we can make this a thing. I'll start and have one with you before I go on at 4. Deal? Let's go. I'm with you, my friend.
Cheers.
Hey, Paul, how are you? Thank you for coming in. All right, so let's do this. We'll get right to it.
All right.
This drink is called a creamsicle.
Yes.
And I'm kind of going to do a variation. There's so many different recipes out there for the creamsicle. Before we get going, don't forget to like, share, and comment. And if you are watching us in the replay and you're not subscribed to the channel, we would appreciate it if you did. Thank you. So, all right, so let's do this. So we got the handy dandy shaker here.
I like the shaker.
And we're going to put some ice in it. So I'll make Colleen's first. And let's see. Okay, so it calls for vanilla vodka. This is the Pinnacle Whipped brand. So it's like whipped cream, but it is vanilla. So we're going to put 2 shots. 2 shots are better than 1 of the Pinnacle in there. Then it calls for orange liqueur. We're going to use the Cointreau, which is basically triple sec or orange liqueur. So we'll put a shot of that in. Then it calls for a shot of OJ.
Shot of OJ.
So we're going to put a shot of OJ in there. As you can tell, it's an orange drink.
Mm-hmm.
Then a shot of half and half creamer.
So this is not a low-calorie drink.
Certainly not. But it's like a dessert in a glass.
So this will be supper for me tonight.
All right. So, did I get everything? Okay, I did.
Yep.
So we're gonna shake this up. Get it nice and cold. Then I'm going to see if I can strain it. Doing my best.
Perfect.
Oh, little couple cubes in there.
Not going to hurt me.
I don't think so. Then.
Is this when the ice cream comes in?
No, not yet. It's not time for ice cream yet. So as you can see, this is what we got so far. It's kind of this...
it's frothy. It's a
tan, frothy drink. So then we're going to finish it, or almost finish it off, with orange soda.
We're using our soda stream to make soda, so just thought I'd
So
share
yeah,
that.
this is we use Soda Stream. This is our homemade orange flavored soda. And then last but not least is going to be a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Oh.
That's in there. And then we're going to use one of the straws that we got from Dawn. New Beginnings, my rural life, or my life in rural Cyprus. So there you go, Colleen. That is a creamsicle. And let's see how it tastes. You know what we forgot is we don't have our lounge music going. So we need to get that rolling in the background.
That is delicious.
Was it good?
Is
it good?
No, it's really good. Like a creamsicle.
All right, so I'm going to make mine.
Although I would like more ice cream and 6 melts a little bit.
Well, you certainly can have as much ice cream as you want. All right, so if you want to talk while I'm doing this.
Najima Brown is on. Hello, Najima.
Najima? That is Scott.
He said, wow, that sounds good. It is super good. Now this was a lot of different components to make this one. You can buy vanilla vodka, orange soda, ice cream, and make it with that.
Yeah, like I said, there were several different recipes, versions of the same titled drink. And this is kind of one that I kind of took a couple of them and I made this one.
Really, I've made them the way I just described. So it's not as creamy and it didn't come out like this. Literally tastes like this, whereas the other one wasn't quite the same. So I think I made those ones in camp. You can also make a green bar. These orange liqueur, chocolate liqueur, and vanilla vodka. So that chocolate orange.
We enjoy a cocktail, but
and
in
enjoy.
moderation. And I am a bull in a china shop. Kind of stuff. Thanks for the
I hope. Real men make their women make a good man to me.
what I do. All at times.
He's always like that. Side of the door first. Yes, I always walk ahead of him. He always walks up the side of the road.
You can thank my mother Nancy for that. Her and my dad brought me. Okay, so now it's my turn. I've actually never had one.
No?
No.
You're gonna,
I have a broken rod. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's tasty. I think I could probably only have one of these just because it's like a dessert.
Right.
It is very rich. Very good. Okay, so Mike is saying, hey, Jimmy, we're doing the ghost tour on Saturday. Now we need to find something to use that.
drink.
Colleen. Yeah.
Last time we were in New Orleans, we actually never went to bars to listen to music. We heard lots of music on the street walking up here. We never actually ended up going to. We at the hotel we stayed in, we would go to that bar, happy hour, drink, beautiful bar, and then we would go to dinner. But we really didn't go to the bars at night.
We did
and
not.
listen to music.
Maybe that's what we could do. Cheryl is here. Good evening. Good to see you. I love the picture. I really do. I know I said that I think this morning, but I love your big smile.
But the straws do make it feel like an old school ice cream float.
Very good. So that's it. It is a creamsicle. I'm drinking it out of my. See you next year, Ronald.
Drinking it out of my
You'll
all peeling.
yeah, you'll get 20,000 points if you can guess what movie that line is from. See you next year, Ronald. All right, very good. We can't hear Colleen very well.
You know, my sister said that last week too. She said when she was on, she really couldn't hear you. It's really hilarious.
She I have to get her to speak up. I'll turn the music down. You can hear me though.
You're loud.
He didn't say we can't hear you very well.
You did say it was me. Can you hear me better now? I will talk loud.
Is that better, John?
The piano bar. Pianos. It's all one. Oh, that sounds like fun.
That does sound like fun.
We should do that.
All right, so it is Wednesday night. We haven't cheered. Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers to you all. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Mike clock. Ding, 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 ding. 20,000 points to Mike. He got it right in the movie Backdraft. Robert De Niro says to Sutherland, Donald Sutherland, he was in jail and he was interviewing him. I think he was looking to get out of jail or parole. And as they interviewed him, they could tell he was still a crazy, kooky arsonist. And he says, "See you next year, Ronald." So Denise says, "You were good when she yells." Yes, it's very good, Denise. I recommend it, as I have with most of the drinks we had. The Colorado Bulldog So far, that's probably the most unique drink we've made so far.
I don't remember that one. What was it?
That was the one that it was Paul had made the week prior, and that's kind of like the White Russian with
Right, that was good.
Yeah.
It was different.
with
It
the
definitely-
Coke in it, with cola in it.
Yeah, it definitely was different. It was. I enjoyed it, but it was a unique flavor.
Charlie's here. Hi, Charlie. Jail. Just in the movie, my friend. That's all. It is a great movie. You know, being a firefighter, it's one of my favorites. Charlie says, I spent a good many years as a younger man in jail and state prison.
Ooh,
Well,
that's not good.
I'm glad that that's over with. I'm an ex-convict, believe it or not. Hey, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes, my friend.
But the thing is it's X.
Right?
There you go.
You have to manifest your good fortune in life, and you won't be having any of that negative energy to it. Remember PMA, my brother. Yeah, as many good men are, Charlie, and that's right. Everybody makes mistakes in life, and you know you can't hold that against people. Hey, Billy. Bamanola Adventures is here.
Oh, what a great picture of him, Miss Emily.
Right?
Oh, it's so nice.
I've been home and free for well over a decade. Hey, and thank God, and good for you,
Good.
buddy. Like I said, mistakes have been made. You know, all of us have done some stupid things as a younger human being.
Or even as an older human being.
This is
So
true.
yes, mistakes are made and we handle them can be hard on us. But rise above and do good things in the future and you'll be fine.
Right.
Right?
Agreed. So, let's see, what time is it? It is 22 minutes past the big hour of 6 o'clock p.m., better
So-
known as 1800.
So what do we do now?
What do we do now? Let's do this. Let's do this. This Week in History. We're going to do a little history. And as always, This Week in History is it's brought to you by a very special company that I've adopted as our sponsor. They haven't really officially sponsored us, but I just kind of said, they're sponsoring us now. So
There you go.
here's our sponsor. This Week in History brought to you by Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Check them out at revivefurnitureandhomedecor.com. They make decorating fun, right?
We make it fun and we make it easy.
Decorating is fun and easy. So this week in history, it is August 2nd. And in 1830, Charles X of France abdicated the throne, unable to resist the July Revolution. In 1876, Wild Bill Hickok, a frontiersman, marksman, gambler, and legend of the American West, was murdered in the city of Deadwood in what is now South Dakota.
We've been there.
And we have been there. We went to the bar that he was murdered in.
Saw the bullet holes.
And then we saw the sheriff's office where his murderer was captured and held until they hanged him by the neck until he was dead.
Yeah, they hung him from his neck until he was dead. Like, what other result would occur?
I guess that's what
We
they
hung
did.
him, but then we took him down.
That's what they did back then.
I just think that's a funny phrase.
And hanged is the proper term.
I know, but I'm just saying until he was dead. Like,
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't, right? You
you
wouldn't
wouldn't
hang.
think you need to explain it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what they say. John, thank you for putting the link out there for Revive Furniture. Okay, in 1920, Marcus Garvey, Black leader and founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, reached the height of his power as he presided at an international convention in New York City. I've never heard of that gentleman, Marcus Garvey.
I have not.
Well, now we have.
Now we know.
In 1924, American essayist, novelist, and playwright James Baldwin, who wrote The Eloquence and Passion on the subject of racism in the United States, was born. So happy birthday to James Baldwin. In 1943, PT-109, a U.S. Navy torpedo boat under John F. Kennedy's command, was sunk by a Japanese destroyer during World War II. And I actually remember reading a book about that when I was in elementary school.
Really? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't recall that.
they swam to I think an island nearby, and they hid out until they were rescued. That's right, Aces and Eights, the Dead Man Hand. Yeah, Wild Bill. In 1992, at the Summer Olympics in Barcelona, American athlete Jackie Joyner-Kersee, considered by many to be the greatest female athlete ever, won the heptathlon, becoming the first person to win the event in consecutive games. I remember that. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Quite an athlete, that woman. Yep. In 1997, American writer William S. Burroughs, whose sexually explicitness in the frankness with which he dealt with his experiences as a drug addict, won him a following among writers of the Beat movement. He died at the age of 83 in 1997 on this day.
I don't know anything about that.
William S. Burroughs, yeah. I believe he, I think in the 60s, he got arrested for some of the things he was actually saying.
Really?
I think so.
Well, so much for a free country.
Yeah, well, it's not as free as we think, right?
Right.
Hey, Blaine is here from Rally Creative Travels.
Hi, Blaine.
Hi, Blaine. Thanks for coming in, brother. In 2016, chemist Ahmed Zewail, who in 1999 became the first Egyptian and the first Arab to win a Nobel Prize in a science category, chemistry, he died at the age of 70.
Does it say what he won it for doing? Was there?
It just says he won it for
chemistry.
For chemistry.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Notable birthdays: James Baldwin, as we said. Irish actor Peter O'Toole was born on this day in 1932. In 1939, Wes Craven, American director and screenwriter, was born. In 1942, Isabel Allende, Chilean-American author, was born. And in 1964, Mary Louise Parker, American actress, was born.
There you go.
So she's 59. Happy birthday to her. And then, like we said, Irish actor Peter O'Toole. He's best known for probably, now I can't think of it.
Lawrence of Arabia?
Lawrence of Arabia.
That's
there
it.
You
Thank
go.
You. I couldn't
Lawrence
get it out.
of Olivier. That's a different guy. But he was born in 32 and he passed away at the age of 81 on December 14th, 2013.
So he would be 91 this year. Because he died at 81 and 13. It's 23.
Let's see. What is Blaine saying? He says, how far are y'all from New York City or Dunellen, New Jersey? My boys from Brother Kane will be coming through there. We're probably 4 or 5 hours from there. I would love to see Brother Kane, though. We've talked about this before, Blaine. I love those guys. They're such a great band. I love the music and just the vibe.
That's a long drive for us.
That's straight up rock. Yeah, it's kind of a cruise for us.
So we'd have to spend the night.
A featured event in 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait on this day in 1990, and Saddam Hussein subsequent refusal to withdraw his troops sparked the Persian Gulf War, in which an international force led by the United States quickly defeated Iraq. It's hard to believe 1990. It was that long ago.
Was that the event they showed on television of them shooting missiles and you could actually see the missiles going through the street?
Yeah, it was the Gulf War, so they had.
I remember at night watching that.
There were video cameras on them.
You could see
on
them.
the missiles in that. Yeah,
it was actually quite fascinating to watch.
Right.
Scary and fascinating at the same time.
So there you go. This is This Week in History. This Week in History. This Week in History, as we said, is sponsored by Revive Furniture and Home Decor. Check them out at revivefurnitureandhomedecor.com for all of your home decorating needs.
Shock and Tom. That's a poem diagram. Wasn't it Shock and Awe? Was that what Shock and
Awe? Right.
Yeah.
Shock and Awe.
Was
Tom.
Tom. Right. Well, see, I don't know why I got this heart covering everything, and I don't know why.
Yeah, you kind of have to lift it up in order to see it.
I hate that. Yeah, Shock and Awe. It was neither shocking or awe-inspiring.
Blaine says Damon Johnson grew up with all of us and started Brother Kane from basically a gym in local homes.
Well,
so cool. So you knew them back when they were just a garage band, right?
It's like when Sully and Godsmack.
Sully and Robbie and the rest of the guys. I actually used to jam with them and open for them. They opened for my band.
Yeah.
That's another story.
For another day.
Story for another day, but yeah. Charlie, yes, it was a sad time. It's hard to believe 1990.
Yeah, it's it's a very vivid memory though for me watching that. You would be on duty, I'd be by myself, kids would be sleeping, and I'd just be watching it on television. You would watch the war as it happened.
Right.
And it was
I think it was really the first time. I mean, when I was a kid during Vietnam, I can remember watching Walter Cronkite, and you're seeing like videos and films of stuff that already happened.
But this was happening live,
right.
Live as it was like happening.
Right. I can remember being at work and being in my room late at night, and I had the radio on, and I was listening to NPR and a couple of those left-sided FM channels.
Yeah.
And you could hear what was happening.
Right. And the reporters were standing on balconies filming with it all happening behind them. And it was just unnerving.
What was his name? Wolf Blitzer, I think.
Maybe.
The older I get and more I eat, I have to lift up things to see. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, believe me,
true.
I hear you. A mirror comes in handy. Charlie says Godsmack are coming here this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Right
Are
on.
you going to go see them?
If you go see them, tell Sully and Robbie I said hi. Sully lives in the town that I work in, so I see him. When they're not on tour, I see him.
Yeah, Rob used to live down the street from us.
Yeah, Robbie lived right here
until he moved.
In Auburn, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So I
got to run.
Used to go in, hang out. Scott's got to run in a half. I'll come back and watch the replay of the second half.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, Scott. It's good to see you, my friend. I thank you. War gets good rating, right? And it makes good money for.
Well, I think it was
Halliburton. And
it was very educational for people to see it because it made it. I mean, it was real, but you saw how real it was. And I think sometimes we get sheltered from things that are happening in the world, so we don't really see it as we should, so that we can be properly scared or disgusted or whatever feeling you should have.
Right.
Blaine
says, not to get political, but I just wish people would leave things alone, because at the end of the day, you can't change history. You just learn and grow from it. Exactly.
Right.
And I don't like to get political on our channel, usually in the morning. And even in the evenings, I try to stay away from telling you exactly how I feel.
Although we should open a channel where we can do that.
Well, it's hard to do it on Google because they will clearly
They don't
censor
like
us.
everybody's opinions. So you're only allowed the opinions that they approve of.
And we are a travel channel, so look, we're not here to do a whole political thing.
No.
But Blaine, I think you and I are right on point. We think the same. When they start taking down statues of like Robert E. Lee and George Washington and stuff, I mean, look, you can't erase history. It's not the right thing to do.
Well, you only erase history if you want to change history.
And I think you're right, Blaine. You
Or
gotta
change people's view of history.
right.
Right?
And I think he's right. We have to learn and grow from it.
No, you're right. They did. They had a huge covering of it. They did. Well, I think all news media loves anything that's shocking or that's going to get them good ratings, right? Whatever. It's a ratings thing
Right.
more than whether they really cared what was going on in a
Yeah,
situation.
Wolf Blitzer from what I like to call the chicken noodle news. Chicken noodle news.
That's funny.
But again, I got to be careful what I say. Yo, Brooklyn is in the house. Hey, Eddie. Eddie Lugo is here with us. Hello, my friend. It's good to see you. You told me you were going to be up this morning, by the way. I was on with the Ducks, the Down Under Cruisers, and you were not with us. You promised.
I like his logo.
Well, Eddie is the graphic artist. He actually did Denise's logo from Bone Tired Travelers.
Let me see it.
Which is right there.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It's
I like
real
that.
good, isn't
That's
it?
really nice.
Yep.
Very cool.
Charlie says, Rally, that's why we cannot let the leftists erase history. Well, and anybody, censoring history is not a good thing. But
let's see.
Not a chance, Billy at Bamanola. I think I missed that one.
Well, them talking to each other.
Yep, they're doing their thing.
Unfortunately,
Eddie's saying hello, Mr. Paul.
you
Hello.
like tear down monuments. Yeah, they're
Right.
tearing down monuments.
It's in the books, and you can't change that. Exactly right, Blaine.
Right. And now today with someone, they could do things several hundred years ago because populace wasn't as educated. And there wasn't the connection we all have to information, right? So now we're all more educated and we have a huge connection to information. So you can't tell me something didn't happen when I know it happened because I lived it, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, John, you're absolutely right, too. This is the age of canceling. Watch your tongue, because if I don't agree with you, we'll cancel you.
Well,
Denise.
we're not so popular. We need to worry about being canceled.
No, look, again, if you know us and you've observed our channel for any length of time, look, we're all about positive energy. We're all about sharing the love and being friends and hugs. That's why I told you, wait till the cruise. For those of you that are going on the booze cruise with us, get ready because Jimmy's going to be hugging.
Jimmy's going to be hugging.
I'm a hugger.
Oh, he has nice hugs.
Yeah, I'm going to be spreading some good vibes.
Woo.
And you can hear the puppies in the background.
They're getting rambunctious.
Charlie is right. He says exactly. We need to learn. We need to grow from what we learn, but we must not forget to learn. That's right.
And I think monuments are erected so that you remember, whether they're for good or for bad.
Hi, Rob. It is just K to think God bless America, and I'm not American. Okay, I'm an American at heart. Look, and you know what? God bless America. God bless Canada. God bless all of us that are good, righteous people that just want to live our lives and not have to be involved with a bunch of business.
In whatever country you live in, you should love your country and the principles you stand for. Right.
And you've always seen, most of you have seen me when I sign off, right? And I talk about that flag and I mention the other countries. So, and Rob, I have mentioned that big, beautiful red maple leaf. Honor your flag, man. It's important. Honor your country. Don't forget where your country has come from and what the struggles that they've gone through in order to become what they are today. There's a good amount of countries on this planet that we're free and we enjoy liberty and I don't want that to change. I want to keep that. So,
But we all must remember, us as the little people, and no matter what country you live in, we're all the same. No matter what our governments decide, we
right.
are the same. We have the same concerns, and we live our life with the same desires and outcomes. Right?
Right.
We want to have stability in our money. We want to have a nice home to live in. We want to have safety. We want to be able to raise our kids to become better people.
Right.
We all have
exactly.
the same desires, no matter what country you live in. Us little people.
Well said, honey. Well said. Both sides try to erase history. That's why this country is headed down the drain. No one does no wrong. Well,
Accountability is a huge issue right now, right? Responsibility and accountability.
excuse me. So one of the reasons why, if you've seen our short videos called a Revolutionary Minute, is just that. I want people, because people forget, and the youngins today are not being taught about our founding fathers and where this country comes from and our history. That's why I've started that. I mean, I am a fan of history, especially American history. But part of the reason I'm doing it is to educate. I want to make sure that people don't forget where we come from. Our founders are rolling in their graves. These people fought hard and put their lives on the line. A lot of them gave up their lives so that all of us can sit here and do what we're doing now. And it breaks my heart to see the direction that this country is going to. And we can't allow it to happen.
No. We were just on Monday in Boston, and we were doing the Freedom Trail, and I was in one of the cemeteries, and I thought, everyday people sacrificed their lives. They were willing to die to change the country for their children and their children's children. And I don't think people today could do that. I don't think people today would be willing to die so that their children and their children's children have a better future. And that's the difference between then and now. Come on, puppy. What's going on?
Blaine, I think there's still room. Come on, Jimmy hug. I'm giving them big warm bear hugs. Billy says that he was talking to Mike about coming down to the bayou to do a real haunted tour. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Ooh, that does sound like fun.
Yep. Rob says, I don't know if I can afford the hugs. Are they free? Absolutely, brother.
All hugs are free.
All it costs you is a hug back. That's all. And that's pretty cheap. So, Charlie says, my neighbor needs a hand with something, guys. So I need to go. Jimmy, see you soon. Thanks, buddy.
See you later.
Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning. And Blaine says, not to get religious, but we all started going downhill when we decided to take God out of everything. I'm done preaching. How is everyone? Yeah. Look,
I agree.
I agree with you too. And I'm not a very spiritual person myself, but honestly, I think that you're right. Honestly, I do.
It's a breakdown of people raising children with a moral compass. And I think God and religion, no matter what your religion is, does give kids a moral compass in order to base decision making upon and being good humans. And I think that's what we're missing now. And then the family unit, that's a whole lot of stuff.
Right. I mean, if we could go back in time to like the 50s or the post-World War II, in the early 50s, where, the nuclear family, where everybody sat down and had supper at 5, 6 o'clock.
And there's a lot to be said about the traditional roles of the father and the mother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Charlie, you're right. Our children are too busy getting told lies about our country being founded on racism, which is all a lie. Look, they're just trying to cause trouble. They're trying to create a division. Yeah. You know what? And they're trying to create a race divide. And you know what? We're all from the same race. It's called the human race.
Right.
We're all from the same thing. We're all people. And like Colleen said eloquently a moment ago, we're all trying to do the same thing.
We all live our life for the same purpose.
We just want to be secure. We want to have a good family, make sure we bring up the kids correctly.
A safe home to live in.
Safe home. We want to be warm. You want to have a nice meal on the table every day. And every now and then take a booze cruise and meet our friends.
But putting aside all those extras, Everybody wants to be able to feed their family, house their family in a safe environment, and be able to raise their children to be good adults. We all want the same thing. And our government, it makes the idea that the opinion of a populace in a country is what your feelings are for those people are based on their government's decision is ludicrous. The people, I'm sure the people in Ukraine and the people in Russia and Belarus right now, the regular people are just like trying to make it through.
Absolutely.
They have no choice. We got to figure this out because we just want to survive.
Absolutely.
And we need to remember that they're the victims of the government fighting.
I agree. Our founders weren't perfect, but they gave us a perfect constitution in the fact that it can be changed when we need it. That was genius. Problem is, though, is some people will try to change it for their own gain, and I agree. How they constructed it was right, but
they ignore it too. It says very clearly that if you are unhappy with your government, that you can unseat your government. Right? I'm paraphrasing. You know the Constitution wording better than me, right? But you can do that based on our Constitution. So what happened January 6th was within people's rights to try to do.
Well, let's not get into that.
But I'm just saying,
right.
If you read the Constitution and what your rights are, you have the right to say no.
I don't want to go down that road because
this could be a debate for hours and hours. We don't have hours and hours.
And I'll start to open my mouth and it's not what I
and we don't want to offend anybody because everybody's opinions are valuable.
Absolutely.
And we're not opposed to other
so
people's
Rob
opinions.
says on YouTube there's a video about the Star Spangled Banner, and I love watching it every single time.
Oh, we'll have to find
Right
that.
on, brother. Right on.
I like his logo too.
Yep.
That is really cute.
Rob, are you coming on the booze cruise? I don't think he is, but Rob is a chef. He works at the airport.
What airport?
An airport in Canada, and I forget which city he's in.
We'll have to fly into that airport sometime in our lifetime.
Blaine says, I would have loved to been here in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. People used to dress up wherever they go, and they would all eat together and be family. I
want to dress up more. I always love to dress up.
Everybody, and I'm speaking from a male perspective, they all wore suits. They had fedoras on. Didn't matter what they were doing. They were wearing a tie.
Right. But you dressed for the occasion.
I like it.
You went to church. You dressed for church. You didn't wear jeans, shorts, and flip-flops.
Right.
Right. And when I was growing up, we had our church clothes, we had our school clothes, and we had our play clothes. They were entirely different. Our play clothes were the clothes that didn't fit us the year after, like last year's school clothes were this year's play clothes, right? They were too short, whatever. But that's what you got ruined. You ruined to play in, right? Because you went outside and you played. You rode your bike. You played your marbles, whatever you did outside. And that was a better childhood when we grew up than I think a lot of kids are getting today.
Hey, Rock the Boat is here. Thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate you.
Hi.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Blaine, you're right. I'm with you. I'd love to dress up, drive the old cars.
How cool was that? And the hats, and I just loved it all.
I even like the 1880s and 90s in the West.
And they had those big hats and those dresses that went up to here, and you could have a fat ass and no one cared because you wore this giant dress. Right? Didn't matter as long as you had good upper body.
He's in the busiest airport in Canada, eh? John says, my wife shuts me down all the time, sometimes too late. I've been banned from family gatherings because I was Republican and a big mouth.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's sad that they're so close-minded.
I don't choose a party. I'm an independent, but I'll be honest, I'm a conservative. I have voted to the right side of the room more times than not. I have voted left way in my past, but not very often.
So I like to look at all of the views.
YYZ, is that Toronto?
YYZ.
I'm sorry, YYZ.
Oh.
Is that Toronto? I think that's Toronto, right?
Okay.
You told me the day that you were on the panel with us, and I forget. All right, enough with the politics.
Yeah, because
let's talk about love.
Hmm.
Love makes the world go round. the greatest thing ever is love. It's one of the best emotions ever.
Mm.
That's why I like music so much, is because it evokes, is that the right word?
Mhm.
It evokes certain emotion. Music, you can feel love from it. You can feel happy. You can feel sad, a good sad. It'll bring back memories of where you were when you heard the song.
Well, decorating is the same way. When you decorate your home, you put pictures on the wall that reminds you of events or places you go. You put colors and textures that are soothing to your soul. You
Right?
pick colors that are pleasing to you. Same thing.
It's that creative thing.
Yeah, but your environment, the sounds you hear, the things you see, it all brings emotion to you. It's all good.
Our brother from the West Coast is here, Drunken Chef. How are you, my friend? How is
Ooh.
the heat in Arizona?
In that picture, you have some awesome ribs going on
Hell yeah,
there.
man. I really long for the day that I can taste some of your cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Blaine says, love equals those Jimmy hugs. Right, brother? Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Look, we're on this planet for a short time, and it takes a lot of energy to be a dick. I'm going to say it.
Actually, it takes no energy at all to be a dick. It takes energy to overcome being a dick.
Right. Okay. That's a good way to put
all
it.
right. To be a good person, you have to,
Hi, honey. Hi.
you need to overcome negativity.
But
and having puppies is so helpful because they're so sweet.
There's no good return. So it's, again, I always go back to PMA. So if you employ that positive energy in your life, you're going to get positive stuff back. Oh, hi, honey. And so you're getting that positive return. I mean, if you're a jerk to people and you're road rage and all that stuff, you're only going to get that bad return. I mean, it's science, man.
Well, Eckhart Tolle has a whole thing on that, and he basically says that if an entire room full of people, you walk into that room, you can feel the energy. If they're all mad, you can feel it. If they're all happy, you can feel it. So if the entire world just would start their day happy, there would be no road rage. There'd be no coming into work and being mad about stupid stuff like, hey, should you use my coffee cup? Right? you'd be like, hey, there's a free coffee cup. Right? Yeah.
Music brings all walks of life together, right?
That's true.
It's the universal language.
That brings everybody together because we can all agree on music.
Rob says, it's Z, not Z, LOLA. And yeah, that's it. Right, brother?
Mm-hmm.
So it's Z and not Z.
So it's in Toronto.
So speaking to that, I'm a big Rush fan, huge Rush fan.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite band. I have many favorites, but they're number one on the list. And they're from Toronto. Love those guys. It broke my heart when Neil passed away. But I hear rumors that Alex and Getty may be producing some music soon. So
that'd be great.
Just rumors, but I think we're all wishful thinking. So Mom says you got that right. Rally was there in 30s and the 40s. Yeah, Mom was there. Yeah, Mom. Blaine gives good hugs. Yeah, Blaine, we're gonna have to meet up. Maybe we can do one of the Helen meetups in Georgia.
Sure. When do they do that?
They do those in the spring, right, Blaine? Are those in like March or April?
Well, if we still have.
I think it was April because we were in Florida when they were doing the Helen meetup.
Well, that was March.
Why we could. Was it March?
We were in March. Well, the end of March, mid-March, we were in Florida.
Will G says it's 104 in Central Texas. Feels like 107.
Oh wow! I would hate that. I'd be miserable.
And it's not a dry heat in Texas, is it?
That's miserable. I'm so sorry. Here.
Speaking of that, they have a
frozen orange creamsicle.
Speaking of that, they have a restaurant called Dick's. I've never been, but that's what they are. That's what they are when they are eating. Mean. Yeah.
Is that is that their gimmick to be mean while you're eating? Because I've seen restaurants like that on YouTube.
We have a place up here called the Roadkill Cafe, and that's their shtick. Oh no, I know Dick's. It's Dick's Last Resort. I've been there too. Yeah, they're Dick's. Same thing at the
But it's
roadkill.
supposed to be for fun,
right. It's for fun.
Yeah. So you don't go there, and say, "Oh, they're dicks." You go there like, "Ah, they're dicks."
Oh, Paul, you're getting a extra special hug next time.
How special?
Always the second weekend in March, like March 8th, I think it is.
Yeah. So that's when we went down to visit Jay. It was like the second week of March.
That's where the name came from, called Dick's. The Dick's Last Resort. They have one in Gatlinburg. I've been to the one in Baltimore.
We've been to Gatlinburg. I don't remember seeing that.
Gatlinburg. That's a great town.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, but we were with our kids at the time, so that's probably why I wouldn't have noticed that restaurant.
Yeah, we don't want to expose the kids to that. Now they can. They're in the 30s.
Yeah, we don't expose them to anything. They expose themselves.
Well,
although this weekend we are taking one of them and his girl to a historic place, Sturbridge.
Right.
Sturbridge
So,
Village.
Kind of bouncing back on history and not changing history. Yesterday, it was Monday. Colleen and I went to Boston and we went and walked the Freedom Trail. And it is all about the revolutionary, the path that the revolutionaries took that led them to the War for Independence. And if you're ever in Boston, I think you should do it. If you like history.
And you don't have to do the whole thing. If you go into the Faneuil Hall area, there's a lot of it is right in that area. So you don't have to walk 7 miles like we did.
It was a lot of fun. I've done it several times.
7 miles. The way back, I could barely move. It was a lot of
18,000 steps to be exact.
It was crazy, but it was really, we've done it before in small spurts. I've done it with my sisters, but we didn't do the whole thing. We've done it with our oldest, and we did most of it. We didn't go to Bunker Hill. That was the one place we didn't go on when we did it with Nick.
Right. So Monday we started at one end of the trail at Bunker Hill or Breeds Hill. It's really Breeds Hill, but they call it Bunker Hill.
Right, yeah.
And then we got in the car because of the parking there is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and they were doing some construction.
And we went over to what's the Boston Common, which is probably the big park. I would equate it to like Central Park in New York. And there's a parking garage underneath it. So, of course, you can park there, indefinitely. And that's where the beginning of the Freedom Trail is, or the end, depending on where you start. And it was a lot of fun. It was just me and my girl. We spent the day in the city and had lunch. And I love
going to Boston. A lot of cities are sketchy, but Boston, I always feel safe. We walk everywhere we go, and I never feel like unsafe there. And it has so much history and so much beautiful, beautiful buildings and great restaurants and fun things to do. There's nothing boring about going to Boston.
I've been to a lot of cities, of course, but I've been to a lot. And Boston is definitely in my top 2 cities. I mean, it's awesome.
I mean, we've been
to a great city.
We used to play in a band that played in New York City, and we would go into. Did we stay in Chinatown?
Yeah, but I played in Greenwich Village a lot.
But I remember one night we had to walk, me holding 2 bases, you holding and we had to walk to our hotel. We couldn't find a taxi. We had to walk
get a cab.
into Chinatown.
It was raining.
But even there, I really didn't feel unsafe.
No, there's parts of New York City. Well, back then, we're
talking 10 years ago.
No, more than that.
No, that would have been 2012.
20 years ago. But anyways,
a
lot of fun.
It was Boston's great to go to. It has such history and so many fun things to do, and museums and food and it's great. What was the rest of the bar? Green Dragon.
It's the Green Dragon Tavern.
So that's where they planned.
Well, and if you've seen
pretty much planned the revolution.
If you've seen one of the shorts, the Revolutionary Minute, it's on the Green Dragon Tavern.
We've had drinks there many times when we've gone to Boston, and it's just cool to think about.
It's very small, but that's where. So for me, it's where the revolution was born.
Right.
It's where it was. They would go in, and these rebels would go in, and they talk about what are we going to do.
Yeah, can't do that today because we're being spied on from our smartphones.
So Rob says, pop quiz before the 2016 MBL Major League Baseball.
Yep.
MLB, I think he meant. All-Star Game. How many members were part of the Tenors, but after was there the same amount of members? If not, why and what happened?
That's interesting. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But
please, Rob, tell us.
Paul wanted to know: did most of the battles take place on Breed Hill? No, but that was the
Did most of the battle take place on Breed's Hill? Yes, it did, actually. So there's 2 hills there.
Right.
So here's the thing. Let me digress a little bit. So we talked about Lexington and Concord. That was what culminated from Paul Revere's ride, right?
Right.
1 if by land, 2 if by sea. He was out there warning the colonists that the British were coming. They were heading to Lexington and Concord to seize the arms that they had, the ammunition, the guns, and the cannons.
Because they knew they stored it there.
Right. So they had gotten word that they were stored there. So in June, which I think was a couple months after the Battle of Lexington and Concord, and as compared to the Battle of Bunker Hill, Lexington and Concord were more of a skirmish.
Right.
So several months later, what the militiamen did was they had chased the British back to Boston, and the British were kind of holding Boston in a way, and the militiamen were trying to create a siege of Boston to not allow them to go out of the city anywhere, and that's what happened, or how the battle started. They had dug in there, but it was actually on Breed's Hill.
Right.
So I'm actually doing my next video on that, but we'll talk about it. So on Breed's Hill, the militiamen dug in, the British came and they attacked the hill. The militiamen had the upper hand through the whole battle until the point when they started to run out of ammunition. So they retreated because they ran out of ammunition, and they had retreated, and the British actually were able to take the hill. But so some would argue who won the battle. Some would say the British won because they were able to take the hill. Others would argue that the colonists and the militiamen won because they actually killed more of the British army than they had lost themselves. So depending on how you look at it is how who were the winner of
I guess
the battle.
it all depended on what was their objective. If their objective was to take the hill, then the British won. If the objective was to kill as many soldiers as possible from the opposition, then they won.
And I think, and as awful as it sounds, I think creating as many casualties as you can to cripple your opposing enemy's army, I think is your goal. So that's what happened.
So who was pointing out this guitar behind me?
Denise said, just noticed the guitar behind Colleen.
Yeah, that's
I'm assuming that's the white one.
That's a beauty that he has there.
That is, I'm going to go get it.
So he has a lot of guitars. He has only a few hanging in the music room right now. We've been sort of creating this space in this extra bedroom we had for him in his studio, plus a little bit of craft space for me. But yeah, this is a beauty.
This is a Gibson Les Paul. It's a studio, and as a musician and as a young musician, there were 2 guitars that I really wanted to get, and one of them was a Les Paul Custom, but I got a studio and I got it for a steal. We'll just say I got it for a steal, but it's really pretty. It's Alpine white and it has the gold hardware. And the other guitar that I got, that I wanted as a musician, was this guitar. This is a Fender Stratocaster. It's an American standard. made right here. Well, both of them are made right here in the USA. And these are the two iconic guitars that if you're a musician and if you are a fan of music, especially the 50s and 60s and early 70s, both of these guitars are iconic guitars that have created historic music. So those are just two of the many guitars that I own. So there you go.
James Cantonese said we were one attractive couple.
Thanks,
One good-looking
James.
couple. Thank you. The lighting. We had to change the lighting so I looked my best in the lighting.
So there you go, Denise. That's the guitars. Someday I'll have to do just all my guitars.
Ooh, what just happened? Right here.
Oh, Rob, thank you. Thank you, my friend.
I'm learning all about YouTube and all the jive because,
So he just gave us a super chat.
So the lives I do with Revive, we do on Facebook Live and we're selling stuff. It's a different type of live. So I'm not used to this type of live.
Thank you, my friend. We really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. 87 more sleeps to go till the Carouse Day.
Yes. We have to figure out what we're going to do for our
Do
Halloween costume.
I have sounds.
You have sounds?
7 more days. Carouse Day. I can't wait. But thank you, Rob, for that. You're a good man. I appreciate that. Let's see. I got to go back. We were talking about.
All right.
You have to dig in history to find info like that.
It's okay.
Yeah, growing up here, Paul, in New England, and being the history geek that I am, I've learned a lot about it. Thank you, James. It's good to see you, my friend.
Yep.
James is one of our channel members.
So we learned
One of my oldest friends here on YouTube too.
So Jim loves history, and so our children do too. And when they were little, I think our oldest was in 3rd grade, we gave him an option one time to go to Colonial Williamsburg or Hershey Park, and they chose Colonial Williamsburg. Remember that?
They did.
And they were like 6 and 8, and we drove there, and they just loved everything about it, even so little, and they had such a great time. So
yeah, it's hard to beat. You're right.
We're just lucky we live close to a lot of history.
Blaine, you're a musician, right? I know that you post a lot about your church bands and that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a musician or you're just a music lover? And he said, fun fact, Gretsch Drums lives near him.
Mm-hmm.
The owners of Gretsch Drums.
Oh.
And Paul, of course, Paul's a musician. I know
Mm-hmm.
that. So he appreciates the Strat.
Strat, yeah.
Dwayne has several. And my son owns a music store. And I saw
cool.
the
That is
video.
cool.
I saw the video of your son playing drums. All I can say is, OMG, he is fantastic.
And where is that drum store? Is that located?
They're in Mississippi, right? Right, Denise? Every time I see a Strat, I think of Buddy, right? Yeah, me too. Again, the 50s. I think of players like Buddy Holly, Carl Perkins. Leo Fender was the guy. He didn't play guitar.
No.
He invented the Strat.
But he didn't play.
No, the Telecaster, the Stratocaster. But he wasn't a musician. And his guitars became some of the most iconic guitars ever. Embarkation Nation is here. Jennifer and Andrew, good to see you guys. Oh, yeah, they're coming this way. They're coming to Boston and I think going to Maine, right?
Oh, you're going to love Maine.
Yeah, well, they've been here before, I think.
Okay. We vacationed in Maine every summer for 15 years with the kids, every summer.
So Blaine says, I used to play bass back in the day. I don't get much into it now, but love it.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, Chuck Berry too, right?
It's something you ever forget, and you'll be able to play it again in the future.
Look at the time. I think we're going to get going here. We've taken up a lot of your time today. It's over an hour and almost 10 minutes.
Well, we had a lot to say. We had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we talked some drinks. We talked some history.
Is there a limit on how much time you can do?
No, I think we could go forever, but
as long as the people are interested.
I think people are going to end up getting, bored with us at some point. How could they get bored with us?
We're so cute. How can they
Right?
get bored?
You're so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't she cute?
Now you're gonna make me embarrassed.
She's just damn cute. So I'm not sure if I'm talking to Jennifer and Andrew or both, but yes, we'll be in York, Maine.
Oh,
the
York
16th
is
through the 20th.
wonderful.
So if you're going to be in York, you'll have to let me know, and we may have to take a day because it's not far from
16th to 20th of
us.
August.
Hi, Molly. That was my other son. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. He's a damn good drummer. I've played with many, and he's damn good.
Miss Molly needs her mama. Okay. Yes, we're almost
where's
done.
the store? It's in Starksville, Mississippi.
It's been so good, and we're almost done. Yep, we're almost
Thanks,
done.
John.
Okay.
So let's see. Let me get through these last couple.
Thank you. All right, we're almost done.
That's what one member decided to chant the words of the Canadian anthem, All Lives Matter. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I need to pick up a Music Man amp if you can find one. Yeah, they're out there, but I had so many amps over the years. Right now I actually have a Line 6. It's a modeling amp, but the next amp I want to buy is a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe is what I want. So
yeah, and
it's Jen. Hi, Jen.
She said we have a beautiful puppy. We do. We have two beautiful puppies, but
Thanks.
Molly is she's spectacularly beautiful.
Hi, Shirley.
Chocolate Lab, purebred Chocolate Lab. She is gorgeous.
Glitter bombs to you, my friend. Yeah, don't be sorry. You're never late. You're never late, and better late than never. So, okay, so we're going to get out of here. I want to thank you guys for coming in. I want to thank Colleen for spending the time with us on Wednesday nights. It'll be rare. She'll be here for a few more weeks.
No,
I think,
I won't be next week because we're doing a private event at the store for our valued customers.
That's right.
So
and they've actually asked me to come and film it. So,
or if you don't want to do that, you can film Saturday when we're having a huge open house on Saturday the 12th for our launching of our fall line. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so we'll see. I got a whole week to figure out what we're going to do.
We're going live tomorrow morning, I think at 10:30. Me and Carolyn talk about some of the decor we've put out for Halloween.
So check out Revive Furniture and Home Decor on Facebook at 10:30 tomorrow morning, and you can watch her and her sister, who's the owner of the business, and you can watch them. Line 6 is versatile. Hot Rod Deluxe would be awesome, especially with the Strat, right? Yeah, that's my next amp someday. Dwayne has a Line 6. He's looking at Super Delta King. Oh, geez, yeah, Super Delta King. Right on. You're talking my language, lady. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will save your day.
Every day.
Yep, it'll make your week and make your year and make your life. And please believe me when I tell you that I am living proof that it works, because I am. Don't forget to make a difference in somebody's day every day. All you have to do is smile at someone. Say a kind word, shake a hand, give them a hug. These are the things that we do to pass on our positivity and try to change somebody's day.
Just listen to them when they need you.
Right? Yeah. Or do something nice for somebody. Just the other day, like I said, I was talking about it yesterday. There was an older gentleman at the Home Depot parking lot, and he needed a hand with something, and I helped him. There were people walking by. They just ignored the guy. And I'm looking at him, and man, I looked bewildered, and I went over and I gave the guy a hand. I want nothing in return. I just want to be able to pass on some help to somebody. So make a difference in somebody's day. We never know their story, and sometimes their stories aren't a good one. So don't forget to think about and thank our first responders. They're out there every day protecting us. They're selflessly They're selflessly protecting us, and they don't ask for anything in return. They're keeping us safe and healthy every day. The men and ladies of the fire service, the police department, the medical field, EMS, and all of those first responders out there. So if you see one, thank them and just tell them how much they mean to you. And that goes for you too, Denise. We love you. Thank you for what you do. Also for our men and ladies of the armed forces, they're on that proverbial wall every day, protecting us, protecting our freedoms and our liberties, and protecting that right there, the red, white, and blue, or whatever flag you have from the country of your origin. I know Rob's with us from Canada, and that big, beautiful red maple leaf. And they're not just flags. It's just not a piece of cloth. There's a lot of meaning that goes into these, and they mean much more than the cloth they're printed on. So respect your flag, love your flag, and if you see anybody disrespecting it, I challenge you to go up and call them out on it. Challenge you to call them out. I put my life on the line for that, as many have done, and it means a lot to me. So, you know what else means a lot to me? They do. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you all.
We really appreciate you. Thanks for joining us on the Hump Day Cocktail Hour. We'll be back tomorrow morning, or I will be back tomorrow morning.
I will be sleeping tomorrow morning.
But I will be back at 6 a.m. for Thursday morning Cup of Joe live. So I guess that's going to do it for Colleen and myself. We want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down our heart. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Colleen.
We are your astute tourist, and we will see you later.